Hello, my name is Mayanka. I am accounts and a finance trainer from UPLEX. Today, we will cover the topic of accounting for share capital. This is part 3 and the last part of this topic. We have covered this topic in 3 parts. Part 1 and part 2 is already covered by us in the previous videos, and this is the last part of this topic, in which we will discuss forfeited share and all other relevant points. In the part 1 and in part 2, we have discussed share capital, type of capitals, type of shares, and the procedure for the issuance of shares, accounting treatment in the respect of share capital. Now we will discuss all other important and the relevant points of such a topic. Now we will start our video. Accounting for the share capital. Forfeiture of shares. What is the meaning of forfeiture of the shares? It may happen that some shareholder fail to pay one or more installment. Is that there are some of the shareholders who are fails to pay the amount of allotment money or call money. In this case, In this case, the company can forfeit the shares of such a shareholder. Is that in this case, the company has the right to cancel these shares allotment and treat the amount already received thereon as forfeited to the company within the framework of the provision in its article. Is that when there is any shareholder who is required to pay the amount of call on the particular share, but such shareholder is fails to pay the amount of one or more installment, then in this case the company has the right to forfeit the shares of such shareholder. Is that the company can cancel their allotment and treat the amount already received thereon as forfeited to the company within the framework and within the rules and the provision which are defined in the article of such company. For this purpose, for the purpose, they have to strictly follow the procedure which is laid out in this regard. Is that in the respect of forfeiture of share, the company will properly follow the procedure. The company will properly follow the procedure which is contained in the article. Following is the accounting treatment of the shares. Following is the accounting treatment of the shares which is issued at par, at a premium, and at a discount. But when the shares are forfeited, all entry relating to the share forfeited except those relating to the premium already recorded in the accounting records, and it must be revised. Is that in the case when the shares are forfeited, then the entry in the respect of these shares are already in the books of account, then there is a requirement to reverse this entry. Accordingly, the share capital account is required to be debit with the amount which is called up in the respect of such share, and creating the respecting unpaid calls account and calls in arrears account. Is that when there is any company which is forfeiting the shares, then in the respect of such share, there are some calls which may be received. So, for the purpose of forfeiture entry, all the calls which are received in the on these shares will require to be reversed. Is that the share capital account is required to be debited with the amount which is called up in the respect of these forfeited share, and it is to be creating the respecting unpaid calls account or calls in arrears account with the amount already received. So in this case, in the case of forfeited share, the following accounting entry is required to be made. When the forfeiture of the share at par, then the entry will be share capital account debit. Share capital account debit, called up capital, share capital account debit to share forfeited account. Share capital account debit, paid up amount to share forfeiture, paid up amount to allotment allotment account and to share calls account. Share capital account debit to share forfeiture account to share allotment account and to share call account. Share forfeited for non-payment of allotment money and calls made. So such accounting entry will be made in the case when the forfeiture of the share is made by the organization. It may be noted that where the shares are forfeited, all entry which is relating to the forfeited share must be reversed. It may be noted that all the entries, whether it is allotment entry, whether it is call entry, are required to be reversed except the entry which is relating to the security premium receipt. Is that the entry of security premium receipt will not be reversed. All other entries which is related to the forfeited share will be reversed. Accordingly, the share capital account is debited to the extent of called up and it is created to respective unpaid calls is that calls and areas and share forfeited account with the amount which is already received or share. The balance of share forfeited account. The balance of share forfeited account is shown as an addition to the total paid up capital of the company. The balance of share forfeited account is shown as as an addition to the total paid up capital of the company under the head share capital. Is that share forfeited account is to be shown under the head of share capital under a title equity and capital in the balance sheet of the company. For the example, Honda Limited issue 10,000 equity share of rupees 100 each, which is payable. The amount is payable as follows. Means Honda Limited issue 10,000 shares and the face value is 100 rupees each. 20 rupees on application, 30 rupees on allotment, 20 rupees on first call and 30 rupees on second call. 10,000 shares were applied for the allotment. All money which is due was received with the exception of both call. Means means 10,000 on the 10,000 share the amount of application and the allotment money is received in full. But in the respect of 300 shares which is held by Supriya, first call and the second call money is not received. These shares are forfeited by the company. So on the basis of such example, there is a requirement to pass the journal entry. There is a requirement to pass the journal entry in the respect of these transactions. In the books of Honda Limited, journal entry. First, receive the amount of application money. So the entry will be bank account debit to equity share application account. Bank account debit to equity share application account. 10,000 share into 2 rupees each, 20 rupees each. Then the amount will be 2 lakh rupees. Then the share application money transfer to share capital account. Share application money transfer to share capital account. In this case, the entry will be share application account debit to equity share capital account. Share application account debit to equity share capital account. And then we will due the allotment money. The entity will due the allotment money. The entry will be share allotment account debit to equity share capital account. Share allotment account debit to share capital account. 3 lakh rupees. Share allotment account debit to share capital account 3 lakh. 10,000 equity share into rupees 30 per share. Next, when the allotment money is received, then the entry will be bank account debit to share allotment account. Bank account debit to equity share allotment account 3 lakh rupees. Now the company will due first call. The company will due first call. The entry will be share first call account debit to equity share capital. Share first call account debit to equity share capital. 2 lakh rupees. 10,000 share, 20 rupees each. And the entity will receive the share first call money on all the share except 300 share. Then the entry will be bank account debit to equity share first call account. 9,700 into 20 rupees. Then the amount will be 1,94,000 rupees. Now the company will do second and final call. Then the entry will be share second and final call account debit. Share second and final call account debit to equity share capital. Share second and final call account debit to equity share capital. 3 lakh rupees, 10,000 into 30 rupees per share. Now the company will receive the amount of share second call on all share except on 300 share. Then the bank account debit to equity share second and final call account. 9,700 into 30 rupees per share. It will be 2,91,000 rupees is received by the company on such money, on such shares. Now the company will forfeit these 300 shares. Now the company will forfeit these 300 shares. Then the entry will be share capital account debit 300 into 100, 30,000 rupees. To equity share first call, which is not received on such shares, 600 rupees, sorry, 6,000 rupees. To share second and final call account, 9,000 rupees. And to share forfeited. Share forfeited is 3,000, sorry, 300 into 300 into, it is received 50 rupees. Application and allotment. 50 rupees is received. Then 300 into 50, 15,000 received. Amount is transferred to share forfeited account. So these all are the accounting entries which are required to be made in the case of share forfeited. So on the basis of such example, we have understand what accounting entry are required to be made in the case of share forfeiture. Now we will discuss when the forfeiture of share and issued at premium. When there is the forfeiture of the share which are issued at premium. If the shares were initially issued at the premium and the premium amount has been fully realized when there is the allotment or there is the issue of the share at the premium and the amount of the premium is received or it is properly realized, but some of the shares are forfeited due to the non-payment of call. In this case, the accounting treatment of in this case, the accounting treatment for forfeited share shall be made on the same pattern as the case of share issued at par. In this case, when the forfeited of the share which is issued at premium, then the following accounting entry will be made. Share capital account debit, security premium reserve account debit with the amount of premium. Share capital account debit, security premium reserve account debit to share forfeiture account, to share allotment account, or to share call account. Security premium account will be debit. Then the entry will be share capital account debit, security premium reserve account debit to share forfeiture account, to share allotment account, and to share call account. Now we will discuss it by the way of example. Sahil is shareholder. Sahil, a shareholder, fails to pay the money for second and final call or 20 rupees or 1,000 shares. Sahil is a shareholder who owed 1,000 shares, but he fails to pay call money, final call money, 20 rupees per share. And these shares are issued at the premium 120, means 100 rupees face value and 20 rupees is premium. His shares were forfeited. His shares were forfeited by the company after the second and final call. In this case, the following accounting entry will be made. Share capital account debit 1 lakh, 2 share second and final call 20,000 and 2 share forfeited 80,000. Share capital account debit 1 lakh rupees, 2 share second and final call account 20,000 and 2 share forfeited account 80,000 rupees. So this is the accounting entry which is required to be made. Is that there will not be any effect of security premium. Is that a security premium will not be considered in the case of forfeiture. The entry will be made as the forfeiture of share at par. Means the forfeiture in the respect of share, whether it is issued at premium, whether issued at par, will be same. Now we will discuss the other point. The next point is reissue of forfeited share. When there are some shares which are forfeited by the company, that the company can reissue these forfeited shares. The company can or the director can either cancel or reissue these forfeited shares. Is that the organization has two options in the respect of forfeited share. Number one, the company can cancel these forfeited shares or the company can reissue these forfeited shares. It can cancel these shares or it may reissue these forfeited shares. In most of the cases, the company reissue these shares at the par or at maybe premium or at the discount. Is at in most of the cases, the company reissue these forfeited shares, and these forfeited shares may be reissued at par, it may be at premium, or it may be at discount. Forfeited share may be reissued as fully paid at the par, discount, and at the premium. In this case, it may be noted that the amount of discount, it may be noted that the amount of the discount which is allowed cannot be exceed the amount that have been received on forfeited share. Is that there is a condition that the amount of the discount should not be more than the amount of the discount should not be more than the amount that have been received on this forfeited share at the time of initial issue, and the discount allowed on the reissue of the forfeited share should be debited to the forfeited share account. If there is any discount which is allowed by the organization on the reissue of forfeited share, then such discount should be debited to the forfeited share account. If there is any balance in the share forfeited account which is relating to the reissue share, then it should be treated as capital profit and transferred to capital reserve account. Is that after the reissue, if there is any balance in the share forfeited account, then it should be transferred to capital reserve account. Now we will discuss it by the way of example. For example, when there is any company forfeit 200 shares of 10 rupees each, there is a company which forfeit 200 shares of rupees 10 each, on which rupees 600 has been received only. It can allow a maximum discount 600 on these issued shares. Assuming that the company reissue these shares of rupees 1,800 as fully paid up, then the following general entry will be made. Bank account debit 1,800 rupees, share forfeited account debit 200 rupees, and to share capital account 2,000 rupees. There is the reissue of forfeited share. This shall leave a balance of, there is the balance of 4,000 in the share forfeited account, and it should be transferred to capital reserve account. In this case, the entry will be share forfeited account debit to share capital account. In this case, the entry will be share forfeited account debit to share capital account. Share forfeited account debit to share capital account. Now we will discuss an example in the respect of these treatment. The director of Polyplast Limited resolved that 200 equity shares share of ₹100 each, which is forfeited by the company due to the non-payment of second and final call, which is ₹30 per share. Out of these, 150 shares were reissued at ₹60 per share to the Mohit. So on the basis of this, there is a requirement to pass the journal entries. In the books of Polyplast Limited Journal. First, the First, the company will pass the journal entries in the respect of forfeiture of share. Then the entry will be share capital account debit 200 share into ₹100 each, 20,000. To share forfeited, to share forfeited account. The entry, the amount will be 200 share into ₹70 each, 14,000. And to share second and final call, ₹30 each. Means ₹70 is received on the share, only ₹30 are not received on the shares. Now the entity will reissue these forfeited shares. It will reissue only 150 shares. Then the entry will be bank account debit 150 into ₹60, 9,000 rupees. Share forfeited account debit 150 into ₹40, 6,000 rupees. To share capital account 150 into 100. And the balance of share forfeited account. The balance of share forfeited account for 150 share will be transferred to capital reserve. So the entry will be share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. The amount of share forfeited account for the 150 share is 14,000 divided by 200 into 150. Is that the 14,000 divided by 200 into 150? It will be 10,500. And during the reissue of this forfeited share, it is used 6,000. Then 4,500 is the balance. 4,500 is the balance in the respect of these 150 shares. Then it will be transferred to capital reserve account. Then the entry will be share forfeited account debit to capital reserve account 4,500 rupees. So we have covered this full topic of accounting for share capital in these three parts. In these three parts, we have discussed total and all the relevant points of such a concept. Share capital, type of shares, accounting in the respect of share capital, forfeiture of the shares, and reissue of the forfeited share, and all other relevant points. In these three classes, we have also discussed many examples so that we can understand the concept of share capital very deeply and in detail. So kindly consider all the parts of this concept for the full understanding. Thank you so much. Bye bye and have a nice day.